Ladies and gentlemen, from the Hill, Trump leads Biden nationally and in 7 swing states. The data is beginning to drop. And where it matters most, Donald Trump is skyrocketing. They took a shot at the king. I mean that figuratively, not the literal king. Calm down. It's a reference to The Wire. And they missed. And now Donald Trump is skyrocketing in the polls. Many people are already predicting this means Trump cannot lose. Well, I don't know if that's the case. I warn you all, don't count your chickens before they hatch. And everybody who wants to see a Republican victory in November must go out and vote. The biggest ramification for the attack on Trump's life is going to be down ballot, because now we're going to see every single Trump supporter go out and cast their ballot, and they better. I'm looking at you guys. Don't be lazy, because this means Republicans get 230 seats in the House, more maybe. And this means we can actually pass some legislation and clean up this mess. That would be incredible. We could avert social decay and disorder if we can get a grip on things. The Hill says Emerson College poll sponsored by Democrats for the Next Generation and published Thursday found 46% of registered voters say they support Trump compared to 42% who chose Biden and 12% that are undecided, the pollster noted. However, that Biden support dipped by 2 points since the poll was taken earlier this month, while Trump support stayed the same. Recent polling shows Biden losing support more significantly than Trump, gaining it since the attempted assassination. Now hold on. We're talking about different dates. I want to see a week after the assassination where polling goes. I think we're going to see a major uptick after the fact, starting with results that have tracked today. This is what I want to stress. If a pollster is asking people today, or yesterday, Wednesday and Thursday, these are the days that matter most. The news has traveled. Wednesday is peak news day. Most people have heard the news and seen the photos. I want them asked as of yesterday and today, what do they think of Donald Trump? I think we're going to see a bump. I don't think it'll be too big. I think it'll be a point or two. Some people thought it would be a massive, like his polling would skyrocket, but I think it will absolutely benefit him. The survey was conducted after the attempted assassination of Trump over the weekend, where a gunman took aim at the president, grazing his ear with a bullet. The poll also noted that since March, Trump has gained 1 point in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and 2 points in Arizona, and he lost a point in Michigan. Well, let me pause you right there, old Emerson College. We got this. This is the Emerson polling. Pennsylvania, Trump up 5. Wisconsin, Trump up 5. Michigan, Trump up 3. Arizona, Trump is up 7. Georgia, 6. Nevada, 5. North Carolina, 7. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull up 270 to win, and we'll pull this in. Now, 270 to win, current 2024 map, the road to 270, says Donald Trump has secured 251, likely, to Democrats 226. However, let's plug in Emerson's polling data. Pennsylvania's got him up 5. That's not a toss-up. That's plus 5. That's strong red, plus 5. I mean, all of these are Michigan. We'll call that likely red, or we'll call it likely, plus 3, with margin of error. Or, we'll call it likely. I'm sorry, lean. Let's see. We got Wisconsin's 5. That's strong. I mean, 5 points. I guess it's fair to say because of margin of error, we'll call them likely Republican. Not that it matters all that much. Arizona's plus 7. Oh, that's done deal. Done deal right there. Georgia is plus 6. Oh, they've already got Georgia for Trump. Wow. And then you've got Nevada and North Carolina. And those are all ready for, Nevada, here we go. 312. As of the polling data right now, 312. Yo, that's nuts. Nothing else matters. Right now, we look at the polling data. We plug it into 270 to win. Donald Trump has 312 votes. CNN said the other day he was looking at 330 based on potential estimates. They're saying New Hampshire is probably going to, it may actually be leaning in this direction. And that's massive. I don't know what else they can do. That's 316. I don't know where they came. I think, they said Virginia was competitive. That's true. It's competitive in Virginia and then Nebraska. This was the assessment from CNN. 330 electoral votes as of right now. Yo, none of this matters. Let me show you this from 538. I'm going to refresh it right now. Who is favored to win the 2024 presidential election? using polling, economic, and demographic data to explore likely outcomes. They say Biden wins 53 times out of 100. Trump wins 47 times out of 100. You may be saying, my friends, BS. There's no way Joe Biden can win. They're trying to remove him. He's probably not even going to be the nominee. How is it possible? Shadow campaign. But does it matter? They have one scenario where Biden gets 510 electoral votes and one scenario where Trump gets 520. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That'll never happen. They have 4 where there's no winner. Now you may be saying, I don't know if I care about all this 538 prediction nonsense. Nah, it doesn't mean nothing to me. Well, let me tell you this, my friends. If you think you've won, you've lost. Hillary Clinton, oh boy, did she think she won. In 2020, we thought Trump won. If you think you won, you lost, because that's when people get lazy. And some people have pointed out, like maybe all of these stories about Trump winning and his polls surging are to lull his supporters into a false sense of security, and then they will do nothing. And then come election day, Democrats will surge and Trump will lose. I don't know. I'm only going to tell you this. If the man can take a bullet for you, you can certainly take the time out to go and vote for him. And for those of you that really mean it, you can knock on doors. You can register voters. You can ask locations that are allowed to carry voter registration forms. You can tell your friends and family and everybody else, you got to go out and vote. If it means anything to you, you can't just sit back and do nothing. One simulated electoral college outcome is 1 dot. And we can see 525 scenarios where Biden wins, 471 where Trump wins, and 4 with no winner. They each get 269. I don't know how you get those numbers, to be completely honest. That doesn't seem to make sense. But let's take a look at the polling data. We're starting to get some polling data in, but I am not satisfied with it. Emerson says that their polling was from the 15th to the 16th. So that means Monday and Tuesday, right? That's not enough time for the news to hit, for people to realize. Now, to be fair, I think most people heard the news to some degree, but you need time to absorb it, to learn the details, and to see the photos. I knew a lot of people were like, oh, yeah, I heard what happened. When we were hanging out in Milwaukee, one woman I overheard saying, I don't care about any of that. This is the day it went down. So what I want to see is polling from the 17th and 18th. That's the peak of the news cycle and where it goes from here. I want to see that. You give me that and I'll agree. But take a look at this anyway. Emerson's data from the 15th and 16th has Trump up 4 points. I mean, that's exactly what we thought was going to happen. What did I say? Frank Luntz said, the assassination attempt is going to turn Trump supporters into Trump voters, giving him a boost of 1 to 2 points. I completely agree. But I actually think the polling data will increase. And look at that. You've got Reuters Ipsos for the same day with +2. You've got Forbes the 13th to the 15th with +2. And I think that's too close to the news event. Emerson still, I think, is too close, but they have Trump up 4. 4 is massive. Wow. You go back a month and Trump is up 6. His spread right now is 2.5 points ahead. With the margin of error, there is no guarantee. In 2016, Hillary Clinton was up 3.2 in the polls, and she lost. Last time around in 2020, Biden was up 8.8. So y'all better not just sit around. Y'all are going to have to go out and cast that ballot. Otherwise, the polls don't mean anything. If everybody thinks that this is the game, it's game over and Donald Trump wins, then I assure you, Donald Trump will lose. It's a matter of whether or not people will remain focused, will remember. But there is one thing to consider. Donald Trump's scar. Every appearance, every news report, Trump should make sure that everyone can see it every single time. If he's got a scar on his ear that's plainly visible, and he likely will, whenever he does an interview, he should always tell them, I want the camera on this side. When I did the interview with Trump, they actually laid out how they want the, so we have these curtains right next to me. And they basically said, we like the curtains. We want to put some American flags up. And then we'll have Trump sit here and you'll sit here. So your camera is pointed at the right side of his face. And we're like, yeah, that's totally normal with interviews with people. They say like, we want the person to look good on camera. We don't want a bad camera angle. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And they came in and they were looking at the cameras. I framed some of it. They looked at it and they were like, this looks pretty good. And we're all just trying to make sure everyone looks like it's lit properly and things like that. I imagine from now on, Trump's team is always going to be like, we want the camera pointed at the right side of his face. Because if everybody, every time they see him speak, sees that scar, they will be reminded of what that was. So we'll see. We will see if Donald Trump is able to pull through, if the polls skyrocket. But so far, it's looking like the betting markets and the polls are skyrocketing. So I'm going to wrap this one up. We'll keep this one a little bit short. Thanks for hanging out with the segment. We've got a little bit more. I'll read some more super chats for you guys. For everybody else, youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Tonight at 8 p.m. live show with Mike Lindell. Should be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you there. And for those that are still watching, I'll grab some of your super chats. And everyone else, we'll see y'all next time.